The clouds above the Rusty's capital darkened not with storm, but with dread. Every corridor of the royal castle echoed with hurried footsteps and desperate whispers. King Nazarick, now little more than a puppet in his own kingdom, stood before his advisors, hollow-eyed and pale. A report had arrived. The slain theocracy, the Holy Kingdom, remnants of the Empire, and various adventurer factions were all moving. Separately, they were nothing. Together, they just might have a chance, Nazarick muttered. Ainz Gown must be forced to negotiate. If we strike hard, fast, we die screaming, one noble finished grimly. But hope had never been logical. It was all they had. Across the land, couriers dashed from city to city. Secret sigils lit up as ancient pacts were Dwarfs whispered in their stone halls. Lizardmen sharpened their spears. And elves long silent sent word to each other through the winds. A final alliance, not of trust, but of survival. In Nazarick, Shaltir, blood fallen, stood watchfully at the outer gates. Her eyes, red as blood, pierced the horizon. Beside her, Cocytus, the skeletal king of winter, emanated an aura of frost. He too looked to the distance, a faint smile on his skull-like face. So the prey are finally making a move, he said, his voice like cracking ice. Shaltir turned to him, her expression hungry. I sense it. A grand hunt is coming. Cocytus nodded, frost gathering around his weapon. Let them come. As if in answer to his call, a shiver of anticipation ran down Shaltir's spine. It was the thrill of the hunt, the joy of battle. Indeed, this should be quite entertaining. Cocytus agreed, his skeletal fingers tapping rhythmically on his spear. Meanwhile, within the throne room, Ainz Gown, the supreme ruler of the undead sorcerer king, sat enthroned amidst his 6 loyal floor guardians. Each of them radiated power, their forms shifting and swirling with magical energy. Before them, a swirling vortex of magic served as both a window and a mirror, displaying the images of their spies across the land. Albedo, the skeletal queen with skin as white as bone and eyes like pools of liquid gold, smiled softly. My king, our enemies are preparing to make their move. The humans have dispatched messengers across the land, calling for aid against us. Demiurge, the horned demon overlord, let out a low growl, his forked tail swishing behind him. Fools. They come to challenge a god, and they haven't even seen my true power yet. Aura, the petite, yet deadly warrior clad in black leather armor, cracked her knuckles, eager for a fight. Mare, the giant turtle hermit, raised his head from his scroll, his ancient eyes gleaming with interest. So they are finally making their move. It's been rather boring here in Nazarick lately, he mused. I do hope they put up a good fight. It's been a while since I've had some good snacks. Ainz, however, remained He rested his chin on his gloved hand, his crimson eyes glittering with amusement. They forget I am not alone, and that I've been preparing for this since the beginning. His gaze swept over his loyal floor guardians. Each of you has a role to play. This will be a grand event, one that will decide the fate of this world. Albedo tilted her head, her golden eyes questioning. My king, do you wish us to stop these messengers? Ainz waved his hand dismissively. No need. Let them come. I want to see what tricks these so-called heroes have up their sleeves. He rose from his throne, his skeletal fingers flexing. Besides, I've been cooped up in this tomb for far too long. It's time for me to show the world the meaning of true power. The world will remember this day. The day the sorcerer king Ainz Gown returned to the surface. A cruel smile spread across his face. Oh, how glorious it will be. From the south, a holy army marched, a sea of disciplined soldiers, led by the high priest, Kellert Kust. He stood tall, his eyes blazing with divine zeal as he wielded relics of the gods. Their banners streamed in the wind, symbols of faith and righteous fury. From the west, dragons took to the sky, their wings blotting out the sun as they soared majestically through the clouds. Ancient allies of the elves, they were embodiments of raw natural power. And from the east, the last human kings had gathered all they could, uniting under a banner of desperate hope. At the center, Nazarick stood defiant, not with fear, but with amusement. For the denizens of Nazarick, it was not a battle they needed to win. It was a show they had prepared to put on.